Hello, everyone. Eddie here again. And what I want to talk about is the events that's just now unfolding. What happened with Charlie Kirk. For those of you who do not know, probably it's posted everywhere now. He was actually shot at an event. Let me just pull up a news article here. You can see that he was shot at the campus event in Utah Valley University. The AP is listing him as in being in critical condition. They're continuously doing updates. So I actually was in the process of creating a different video when I took a break and went and saw the news of the things happen. So scrapped that video and came and made this one just because I think there are a few things that I would like to address since it's happening right now and I think it's very relevant. First and foremost, let me say that I do not condone any violence. Charlie Kirk was doing his debate thing at a college event, and I applaud him for that. I think it's good that we have more discourse. If you don't like him, debate the issues, bring your facts, and, let's have a good, robust debate. But shooting someone is wrong. There should not be any violence for people, political views, ideology, you name it. There should not be any violence. Full stop. Now, with that being said, excuse me, there are a couple of little things that I would like to address just because, we find ourselves in this situation, and since it's related to Charlie Kirk, might as well use his notoriety to elevate some of these issues. First and foremost is that when can we agree on some type of sensible gun control or sensible common sense background checks? Here, a conservative pundit who's really good at politically organizing for the Republicans in MAGA was shot. Don't have a lot of specifics. Don't know what's going on, but he was shot. And for as long as I've been alive, there's always been call for some type of common sense gun control, common sense background checks. Can we not do this? I mean, is it that everybody on both sides is going to have to be terrified now before we actually make this happen, before we do something to protect our fellow Americans from getting shot on a college campus or in a school or at a church? Because apparently there's no sacred area anymore. I mean, there really isn't any sacred area to go to get shot. And, I don't want to hear, and this may be me getting a little upset, but I don't want to hear about now is not the time. Now is definitely the time while the issue is front and center. Because, believe it, Charlie Kirk is going to get thoughts and prayers. He's going to get my thoughts and prayers. He's going to get people on the left thoughts and prayers and people on the right thoughts and prayers. I hope he makes a good recovery, a speedy recovery. But at the same point in time, just like everyone else that has been a victim of gun violence, we as a collective, as a society, need to do something about it. Because eventually we're all going to be impacted by this. And I'd rather it not knock on my front door, rather we do something before that happens. Now, the second thing that I would like to just link on to is the fact that, and this is something that Charlie Kirk did. I'm looking at Fox News, Newsmax, all these other organizations, basically the conservative as a whole. Can you all stop stoking up the fear and riling your base up and viewing liberals as some type of boogie monster that's coming to, I don't know, take away everything from you? We want to crush your guns. We want to, to turn your kids gay. I don't know. Insert whatever crazy weird thing they say into that, and You guys are stoking up your base. You're generating fear. You're citing it like it's a known fact when most times it's not. And you're making people so afraid that they're afraid to even leave their house, or heaven forbid someone knock on their door and they shoot the person because you got them so wound up. And now it's having an effect that the people on the left maybe wanting to shut you up, and they're resorting to violence. And again, violence is not the answer. I condone it. You should not be doing it. Full stop. You should not be engaging in violence. I don't know how much clearer to say it. Just because you disagree with someone for their political views or their ideology, they are still a human being. They deserve to live their life same as you. You should not be resorting to violence. But again, looking at you, Fox News, Newsmax, Charlie Kirk, all of the other conservatives on there, you stoking up these fears isn't helping the whole matter. You share some of the responsibility of this because, quite frankly, stop getting people stirred up and riled up and upset, or as some people say, giving meat to your base, getting them all fired up, and then eventually they want to go out and do something. Time and time again, this is ridiculous. And please feel free to go and check it, but I made a video talking about how the Democratic Party is like Batman. And what I was really getting at is that, Batman has a code. He will not kill. He'll hurt the people, but he won't kill. He has a code that he follows to. And so the bad guys basically take that code to be able to go all out against Batman, because they know that he's going to temper what his retaliation will be to them, or how he's going to deal with them. Maybe one day I'll go into greater detail, but a flip side of that is that there was once a storyline where a common criminal actually did discover that Batman was actually Bruce Wayne. And so at first he wanted to blackmail Batman, but then he decided he was just going to tell everyone to make Bruce Wayne miserable and Batman miserable. Well, all the bad guys got together and they snatched him up, and they told him, "Are you dumb? Are you stupid? If you get rid of Bruce Wayne, we already knew that, but if you get rid of Bruce Wayne, there will be no need for Bruce Wayne, and then you would just have Batman." And they feared that with the facade of Bruce Wayne on, that he would become more brutal, that he would actually resort to hurting or even maybe killing them, being unmerciful. This is kind of what I see happening as people on the left are keep looking at and keep getting hostile toward people on the right, because you keep peddling some of these misconstrued arguments that are completely false at times. Some may be truthful, but some may be really bending it, and people are getting upset and fed up with that. And now you're going to get political violence, and again, that is not the answer. I want to be really clear. I do not condone it. I see what's leading up to it, but I do not condone it. It should not happen. Full stop. I think we all need to bring the temperature down. We need to recognize that we're all in this society together, that we're all going to disagree, but we are still all human beings. We're still all Americans, and we should be able to have robust discussion without resorting to violence. I mean, I don't know how else to break it down. I don't want to live in a country or in a world where just going to the library, to church, I have to look over my shoulder to make sure someone's not trying to shoot up the place because they have a grievance for name whatever your red meat is. So really, this is on all of us. We definitely do need some type of sensible gun control and background check, but we really need to get at the underlying problem, which is we need to start having a way to have conversations and talk to one another without resorting to violence. We need to not view the other ones as the enemy, as vile, as less than, so that we can have a discussion. Because this is not going to end well for us if we keep going down this path. And again, I just want to say, I do give my thoughts and prayers to Charlie Kirk. I do hope he makes a speedy recovery. But I think this should be a wake-up call for us all. Violence does not solve the problem. We need to be able to start talking to one another and actually listening to one another. But at any rate, it's just my opinion. Love to hear yours in the comment section. And if you keep watching these videos, I'll keep creating them. Have a good one.